So next week is going to be a really big week for WoW Classic. Well, maybe if you want to play PTRs, it's going to be a big week, but Overlords of Outland. So that's what Phase 2 is going to be called, and it's landing on the PTR servers next week. I myself am really pleased because I'll be streaming a lot of it, so it's going to get me away from New World, give me something to do, you know, outside of New World, because I must admit I've been sinking a lot of hours into it, and it's been dragging me away from other things that I need to do. But if you do want to see me streaming New World, and obviously the PTR and WoW Classic and just everything and anything, maybe just a chat and stream, check out SJ Gaming Live. I'll put a link in the description and a card up the top. I stream pretty much every day. In fact, I'm going to be live shortly after this, but only for a couple of hours, just for a little bit of New World, and then we can all just go about our business. But let's jump in and have a look what's coming, because it's not just SSC and TK that are going on the PTR next week. There's a few other big changes, big additions, ones that we've wanted for ages and should have been in from Phase 1 really, and we're finally going to get them. So we've got an exciting Phase 2, I can tell you that. But let's jump in and have a look. So this is part of the Holly Longdale interview, so an interview on Burning Crusade Classic Arena Tournament, but there's also some major announcements in this same thread for Burning Crusade Classic. So starting next week, there'll be the Overlords of Outland. So Phase 2 testing on the public test realm. This will include testing for Serpent Shrine Cavern and Tempest Keep in their pre-nerfed states. Now, we've seen Karazhan, Brawl, Maggie, all of that in pre-nerf states, and they wasn't particularly difficult. So I wouldn't get overly excited at this moment in time about how pre-nerf state they're going to be. They probably will be pre-nerf, but still maybe not as difficult as some people would like. But, you know, maybe comfortable for others. I don't know. You know, it depends on what your take is on Phase 1 difficulty. If you think the difficulty is just fine in Phase 1, then it is going to be a step up in Phase 2 no matter what happens, but it's still probably not going to be comparable to, I know, private server players who want overtuned content. But still, great news. No matter what form or shape or anything like that SSC and TK come into, I'm mega excited because, like I say, anything else to do in WoW Classic at the moment is just welcomed by me. So carrying on. So we've got guild banks. Yes, I mean, that's a massive one. So guild banks are going to be tested on public test realm. This is something that we definitely have probably been wanting for ages, because it's the convenience of guild banks. You know, the fact that at the moment in your guild, you've probably got one or two officers, or maybe the guild leader who's got an alt that sits in Stormwind or sits wherever, and you're mailing stuff to it. You don't know what's on it. It's not very transparent. Guild banks, massive welcome change. And I'm so pleased that they're coming in Phase 2, because I must admit I was expecting them probably Phase 3, Phase 4. So I like the fact that we're getting these early, because it's a no-brainer. It's what we need. And the next one is also a bit of a no-brainer. So switching back, we've got looking for group tool. So this will be tested on public test realm. This will not be automated grouping. I like that they've at least mentioned this and people have not got worried. Instead, it will be an organized list of groups where players will still need to message one another to find groups. So basically, it's the old school LFG tool. If you don't remember the old school LFG tool, it was actually split into two. So it was LFG or LFM. So it's not where you queue as a tank, healer, or DPS, and then you're instantly teleported to the dungeon with a group. This is where let's say you're looking for a group for Alcatraz, you'll list yourself, and you might even say, you know, full tier 1 BIS in the note. So when people are then looking through going, right, we need a tank, or we need a healer, or we need whatever, they can read your comment and go, all right, okay. In the same way, if you're looking for more, if you're just looking for a healer, you know, you'll list yourself, your group, saying, you know, looking for one more healer, must, I don't know, have 70 million plus healing power. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not condoning that behavior, but we know it goes on. So anyway, carrying on. That's a really welcome change, especially, well, at the moment. You know, finding groups can be a bit of a pain. This is just going to make it easier. So we've also got Ogrelar and Shatari Skyguard daily quest hubs. They're being added, so that's pretty cool. I have actually done a video on the Shatari Skyguard quest line and how to basically get exalted with them as quick as possible, so check that out on the channel. I'll put a link to it in the description, but it's literally the fastest way that you can get exalted with Shatari Skyguard and where the quests start. And later this week I'll put one out on Ogrelar as well, just so you know. But Ogrelar and Shatari Skyguard, they had to be brought in together because you do get rep with both factions from some of the quests, so it's quite important that they came in together and they didn't bring one in without the other. So I'm pleased to see that they're both there. Arena ladders will be viewable in-game, as well as end-of-season cut-offs for various rewards. Both will be tested on the public test realm. And then upcoming PvP changes that are increasing arena point distribution at the end of each week, reducing costs on arena point and honor point gear prior to the end of Arena Season 1. And at the end of Arena Season 1, Arena points will be converted into honor points, which is really interesting. About 10 honor points per arena point. Then Outland Faction PvP gear will come out before Season 2 as a catch-up mechanic for players. So if you don't know what that means, basically you can get a full blue set from being honoured with each reputation. So if you're honoured with... I've not looked. I can't remember exactly what they were. I could look, don't get me wrong. But, for example, Keepers of Time might be the legs, and then, Shattar might be the chest. And, it's probably the wrong way around, but you get what I mean. Each reputation in Outland holds a different piece of blue PvP gear, which, good time to bring it in after Arena Season 1, makes absolute sense. And the fact that they're making some of the Arena gear or the PvP gear less honour or, just more obtainable is going to mean that you can farm more than one piece in, like, a week or 2 weeks or, however long it's taking at the moment. So, I think that's good news as well. Same faction Battleground testing will continue running until Tuesday. So Blizzard wants more feedback, which you can share here, which if you want to go and share, obviously, the information on that, feel free. But overall, this is great news. So I would start talking to your guild on Discord, getting yourselves ready to go practice some SSC and TK on PTR. You might as well get a feel for the mechanics and stuff like that. If you don't want to get a feel for the mechanics, then, as I say, make sure you check me out on SJ Gaming Live, because I will be streaming SSC and TK with our guild. So that will just might give you enough information of what you need. And obviously, there'll be raid guides coming out for both of them as well, off the back of the PTR. So that's it, guys. I hope you're as excited with this news as I am. And make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.